Just in time, Vulcan.
What happened to you now?
To me, nothing. It's about my...
No.
No. I mean, yes.
I'm not sure I follow you.
I'll explain. Every elf possesses a stone of souls, which contains the memories and emotions from all the greatest moments of his life. These stones are passed from generation to generation. It's a way of preserving the memories of our people and of honoring our ancestors. With all of those who died at Carolthas, there are thousands of stones abandoned in the city. We cannot just leave them. You're no doubt the one who will be traveling to our city the most. If you could bring back... Actually, all of my people will be in your debt.
All right, I'll take care of it.
That would in fact be an amusing sight. But I do get your meaning. Whenever you can, even if we manage to save only a very few, we will at least preserve some.
I'll see what I can do. Let's change. I haven't been...
If you wouldn't mind continuing the search.
Let's change. I haven't... I'm guessing this is not the way you'd always imagine coming back to your land.
For years now, I've been waiting for the day when I could go back to my city. But deep inside, I've dreaded this moment. If I was ever coming back home, it could only mean one of two things. Either I'd been captured by my people. I would have preferred being captured. My city has...
This is no time to feel sorry for yourself. This war's...
We have been swept away. There is...
How long have you been harassing the Deadwalker army without getting...
Nearly 7 years.
7 years of guerrilla warfare, and you're still here. You know exactly how...
Perhaps.
Let's change... I'll leave you here.
Mercenary, I owe you my life. I'll never...
Are you from Carol?
Yes, I was born there. I spent most of my life there. Carolthas is one of the most ancient of our cities. We knock things down so seldom that the city is built in layers. But I've unfortunately never visited the underground levels, and I'm unfamiliar. I suppose that's why you asked the question.
How did you get out of your...
I don't know. All I know is that I opened my... I just had the time to grab my weapon and get out into the village square. It looked like the general of the day. Sometimes the sense of duty is more powerful.
So that business of cures was useless.
You'll never know. Maybe I would have woken up sooner, but I don't blame you. From what I was told, I was in a death...
Do you know Relmar?
I knew him well. He and I were milk brothers. We grew up together. But life goes on, and by the time we were adults, Relmar defied my father's authority and openly rebelled against...
He had a good reason.
A good reason? What reason? Dragging us into...
His cause was just. He refused to watch the other peoples of Vertiel suffer and fall one after the other.
We could talk about how just his cause is for days. How could we know what would have happened? Maybe we wouldn't be here today. He wanted to act fast. He was always impulsive. But that... and his best friend at the same time. He betrayed us, and his...
Why did the elves...
That decision cost us dearly. It isn't easy to watch the other people, but our king felt that we needed to gain time. We had information about the Deadwalkers that led us to be careful. Long before the war officially began, they were already crushing all of their opponents.
And you said nothing? You could have warned...
We told them to avoid the fight, to flee and regroup. So we preferred to stay neutral and not provoke the Ice Lords. They must have known they couldn't defeat us without losing a large... So they saved the greatest prize for the last. We thought that we underestimated them, and neglected to take into account the fact that each army they defeated...
I'll be going now.
Good day, even if the expression...
I have some Do you know Relmar?
Do I know him? He's a legend for us. His repute, but to be honest, it wasn't all. He robbed so many convoys and carts, every craftsman in But how can we keep hating him now?
Where's the elven...
Army? What army? Our forces were decimated by the ice, and more died after. As for those who are still here, their equipment is battered.
What can you tell me about them?
What do you want to know? He was lost in the battle. He was a great king, wise and cautious. Maybe too much so. I guess that despite everything, we should be grateful to him.
Do you know the prince personally?
I've done business with His Highness, yes, but I wouldn't say I really know him. I was honored, but I guess you're not really interested in the past. I can tell. Several times after he came back to Carlthus, I've repaired his equipment. I suppose he's our ruler now, as his father.
Can you tell me more about the battle?
Battle? We got wiped off the field. A defeat they'll be singing about in 1,000 years. Just when our troops were getting ready to take the Deadwalkers' assault. And in a flash, the Estelduin left its banks and came down on the city. Then froze not many survived. And our city...
How did you manage to...
I guess that's the advantage of being a smith. The fireplaces protected me, and I had the time to escape before the undead showed up. Without...
Let's talk about it. Hey, show me what you...
Alas, not much.
Greetings, mercenary.
Can I have a look?
A good day to you.
Do you have a moment? I wanted to... Who is this black...
Don't tell me that you do.
Don't take me for an idiot. I know what he is, but that doesn't...
He's one of the Seven. He's known for his craftiness. In the past, he used to be more discreet. But for 2 years now, he's been leading the...
What changed?
I don't know. The Ice Lord's alliance is a delicate balance. He has certain abilities that make him fit for the role. Black Frost is without...
What happened here?
As far as I understand it, the Elfin army was caught unaware by powerful...
They didn't stand a chance.
And how could they? Such magic requires the presence of a very powerful sorcerer. They rarely take to the battlefield, but when they do, all hope is lost. Rumor here has it.
What do you know about...
It's a very ancient city. The elves are master preservers of architecture. They shrink from destroying, preferring to construct new... You can find traces of Karalthos in works that are over 1,000 years old, but the city also incorporates more primitive
Let's change them. Later.
Mercenary.
How are things going?
Bah, we're short of everything and morale's not great. In a way, you could say everything's fine. Even if I heard that the survivors from the human army were kicking up.
What can you tell me about your commander?
I hardly know him. I wasn't in his unit. As far as I know, he wasn't that high up, but he's the highest ranking officer. Anyway, I have to admit that he managed to bring us together, set up camp, and get a bit of cohesion.
How did you manage to make it through the battle?
Bit of luck, just like with everyone who's... I pulled guard duty so many times in a row that I was sent on R&R. If you really want to know, I was in a... It was horrible. The deathly silence that fell on the city. Anyway, I jumped into my uniform and ran like crazy until I found my commander.
I'm leaving.
I wish I could go out on a recon, but the captain says I have to stay here.
Huh. If I knew how messed up everything was gonna be. You know what a pain in the ass it was hauling my cart here?
I bet. But we're lucky you followed us. We could do with a good smith.
Yeah, well, seeing what's left of the village, it's not like I had a choice. And with you around, business is better than ever.
Let me see what... Edwin, I need to...
What can I do?
We need to
Do we have a...
Now,
How indecisive?
I would like to... What happened at Karalthos?
Wait until your enemies have gathered and then take them by surprise using magic. The attack on this city bears the mark of... To cast a spell capable of freezing a river, he would have to be here in person. He could be your key to the World Heart. Find him and eliminate him.
We're going to try to take back the town.
Yes, of course. You'll need to locate a unicorn, a few leprechauns, and perhaps a fairy or two. They are your last, best hope.
So you're saying it's impossible?
You catch on quickly. The might of the entire elven army was swept away in a few minutes. The red scribes and freeborn blades, be realistic. Your allies are disintegrating.
And then what? Wait for the war to be lost? Put off dying another month or two until the dead walk?
You could hide yourself and learn how to control your demon. I could help.
tempting. Yeah, why not? I'm getting a little tired.
I cannot allow thee to simply flee. Step off of the path to the World Heart and I will kill her. I will kill thee as well.
Vulcan,
Yeah, seems like he...
the need to reach its goal has grown too strong. Very well. Your demon will no doubt gain strength through...
I'm afraid you might be right. Aren't you cold like that?
Is that your polite way of suggesting?
I was simply concerned about your health.
Oh, how touching. But after having spent nights on end, trapped in a cage in the middle of the swamps, I can assure you that...
I always hear people talking about the world.
First, forget all the children's stories about a friendly force for good, or its mythical The World Heart is very real. It is from there that magic comes, as well as certain energies necessary. These energies can be captured and used. That is what magicians do. In their own...
The demon insists we must purify it.
It's a good bet it is referring indirectly to the Ice Lords. As you know, this power has an origin and a cost. They drew it from the World Heart with a veracity that is truly limitless. Imagine leeches sucking away endlessly on the energy which feeds them. To purify it, you'd have to rid the World Heart.
So all we have to do is go to this place nobody knows and clean out the all-powerful I would like... Thanks.
The Knight knows this region well. He came here once before while he was He would like to reconnoiter the area. He thinks he can find things that would be of great...
If you think you can find something useful, go ahead. But remember... Hey, Buffalo. I see nobody...
Not before I've seen you blown.
What do you think happened?
That we are no more than fucking insects to those bastard Ice Lords. Just one. We have no choice if we follow the rules. We have to find another way. Maybe you're...
For now, we know...
Tell you what. If you save our asses, I'll buy a round of...
I knew it. What do you think?
That we are no more than...
Have you had time to talk to the...
Yes, but they didn't say much. I don't think they trust us, or the Red Scribes, or anyone. They were just as stupid as we were. They thought they were going to join up with a great army to be safe. Do
you think they'll stay?
I don't think they're in any mood to fight. Once they've seen to their wounded, they'll be out of here the first chance.
How's the company?
If you were to spend less time hanging around with your new friends, you'd know. It's not wine and roses. Already there weren't many of us, and now it looks like our only hope of success in this goddamn war is lying over there, colder than my granny's tomb. We can't last too long in this situation. The captain...
I reckon the Deadwalker army will find us. I'm going.
Greetings, mercenary. I hope you're here to help.
We'll be watching this sector. Thank you for your help. The going's a bit steep, so be careful.
We got a problem.
Trying to force our way through would be a terrible error. We would alert the whole city.
We have to find another way.
Thanks for the help, mercenary.
Mercenary.
I'm leaving.
Well, well, you again. Can...
Show me what you...
I have nothing to say to you, mercenary. You want to follow these gutless elves? That's your...
What is it, Vulcan?
I wanted... Do you know Carol Pass?
I came here alone. There they were. All when I learned that...
What do you think of this?
The same as I always thought. That all...
You don't think we have any chance of winning?
How can you ask yourself that question? Standing in front of this devastation. Either you're blind or stupid.
The Blades, who are...
I hope so. I really hope so. Generally, the Ice Lord...
Let's check. I have to...
Be careful.
Hello, Volk.
Let me see what...
How can I help?
I'll be go... Sybil,
Yes?
I'd like...
What do you want to know?
I've been thinking... I still haven't managed, but this is... See you later. Relmar,
Yes?
I brought you a...
Thank you. I'm sure it doesn't seem all that...
Let's change... Let's... I'll leave... The Deadwalk...
It's a start, but the main door is still out of reach. But now we're free to approach the city and look for another way in.
Until the guard changes, or until they realize they haven't heard from them for a while and stronger patrols come down on us like a ton of bricks.
The die is cast. We have to go fast and be ready to fight to get our city back. If there is a way in, you can bet the Deadwalkers have secured it. Those
Not necessarily. They're pretty careless when they don't have a general behind them. Victory will have softened them up a bit. As long as nobody raises the alarm, we should be able to count on that.
Let's hope so. And while we're on this subject...
Ask away.
The Deadwalkers still control the main road. One of the towers you took is near one of their barracks. When the undead notice they've lost contact with their sentinels, that tower will be... The soldiers I posted there will do their duty to the end. But if we could eliminate the barricade to gain as much time as possible...
Save your spit. The barricade's no longer a problem. It was in...
Really? Excellent. Now we can keep watch everywhere on the...
I have some questions. What can you...
I understand what you're asking.
Did your men find a way into...
If they had, I'd be fighting in the main squares. I'm still certain there's a way in. It's...
What makes you so sure?
Gerald Thas is an ancient city that was built upon several layers. I haven't found any survivor that knows the city depths, but there just has to be...
A passageway beneath the city, huh? Almost sounds... I'll be going now.
Yes?
I'll leave you.
How can I help? I wish I could go out...
Now I've seen everything. The Deadwalkers kicking each other's asses.
I beg your pardon?
What? This one talks. What the hell are you, a lich? A zombie scribe?
We've only known one another a few seconds, and already you insult me. Charming, I must say.
If you aren't one of them, then what are you?
I am an immortal superior spirit. And you?
So you're an Ice Lord. I thought you'd be taller or something.
I have absolutely no involvement with that bunch of cheapskate conjurers, and I would never humiliate myself by working for them, since that's what you seem to be suggesting.
Yeah? Rotting flesh, sticking out bones? You sure as hell look like a damn Deadwalker to me.
Tut tut. Did no one ever tell you not to judge a book by its cover? It's true that you're young, but use your wits. Would I be fighting my own troops if what you suggest were the truth?
All I can be sure of is that you're not really alive, and that makes you my enemy. And what's more, you're in my way.
Enough! I yield. This rotting body will not survive more punishment. In all my 6,000 years, I have never witnessed such power. You seem to be as unique a being as...
There's a demon inside me. A creature of flame that claims to come from the World Heart.
How fascinating. Even if the term demon seems to lack precision. Nonetheless, I must confess that in spite of my vast knowledge, I have no idea. At last, something interesting. I was almost dying of boredom. No, don't speak. I'm coming with you. I can't wait to find out.
I can't have you tagging along with me, right? I have something to do in the city. Wait for me back at the camp. We'll talk about what we think you...
Yes, I've seen where your camp is. Actually, it's quite surprising the Deadwalkers haven't noticed it yet. However, I suspect my unannounced arrival might pose a slight...
Yeah, I guess with your face, they might not welcome you with open arms.
Very well. Do you know your way into the city? There's a hidden entrance not far from here. I'll show you where it is on your map.
Thanks.
How can I help you?
I'll be going. This city is an open grave.
What have they done to my city? A curse upon them all!
We'll be lucky if we find any survivors.
How can I help you, Mercer?
I'll be go.
This... You're a human.
But it's the print.
Look out! Up there! You there!
Shh! Keep it down. We're looking for the king.
He's dead. You can't stay. Get us out of here, please! They might send us to their camps.
Go on. Hurry up and get to the support pillar in the north. Once you're outside, go east to the cliff. That's where the
All right, but what do we do?
We can't go with you guys, but I'll give you some tips on... To start with, don't bunch up. Send a scout out front and keep someone in back to watch. And above all, make sure the living dead aren't particularly watchful. If you stay in the shadow...
Thank you, mercenary.
I've got one last piece of advice. People always think about being brave. If you start losing it, use your anger and don't panic.
Thanks again.
How can I help you?
I'll be going.
What is this thing?
I don't know, but it doesn't look right.
Son? My boy? Can it be you?
Oh, fuck. By all the gods. Father? It cannot be!
Do not look upon me. I am so sorry. Do not stay here. Take the crown and leave this place.
Oh, Father. But what have they done to you?
I surrendered. Lord Blackfrost told me that you were slain. That Marshal Winter's army had left no survivors at Bastion. I had not the strength to even raise my sword. And so he changed us, remade us, the other nobles and I, and all those who had taken refuge in the palace. He wanted me to witness our end, so that I would live without defeat and news of your death for eternity. But you are alive. You live. Your mother and I are so relieved to know you live.
Mother? But how can I release you from this curse?
My son, if you only knew how sorry we are. You cannot save us. We are condemned to this abomination. You must slay us. The others, the Queen, the Count, all of these people. I feel their suffering. Hear their screams within me. Put an end to it, I beg you. Free us that our souls may be with you.
Sire, I can take care of this, if you want me to.
For pity, my boy. Whatever you decide. Take the crown.
He could see that you were alive, and you put an end to his suffering. In every way, I think you did what was best.
I know. And I shall have the crown. And all. But I shall never wear it with dignity until I have
We have to get back to the camp before the Deadwalkers come for us. The death of one of the Liches is...
I will come soon. I must first perform a ritual to free my father's soul.
I'll wait outside.
I need to be alone for a time. I'll meet up with you in the camp.
To wait for Arundel. Not in his condition. The Dead Walkers will be scouring the city to find who killed their Lich.
We waste our time here. The fate of these people is sealed. The sole act that can defeat the necromancers is to take...
I decide what has to be done. With or...
Nothing to report.
Mercenary. The sentinels in the other group were killed by deadwalkers. And there's a group of undead on the road, stopping...
I'll see what I can do.
Well done, mercenary. Looks like you've been pretty effective.
Mercenary.
I'm leaving.
Mercenary, it is well that you are returned.
Yeah, he's a potential ally. Don't worry about it.
I fear I attacked him, and arrested him. He tried to talk to me, but I felt safer with it under guard, considering his face.
Where is he now?
He is with the Red Scribes.
Perfect. Mithras, do you have a moment?
My dear, I have all of eternity.
Who are you exactly?
I am Mithras, immortal and unique.
Right. So why aren't you out there hanging out with your Deadwalker friends?
First of all, I don't have any pals. I'm a little too old for that. Secondly, I find your implication that I am associated with them most unpleasant. I have nothing in common with those dead things. I've been around for over 6,000 years, and I'm still very much alive, thank you. I admit this body is looking a little worn.
6,000 years old. Hey, you don't look a day over 250.
You flatterer. I did, however, lose a toe this morning. Nonetheless, these Deadwalkers are simply corpses as they're animated by magic. Whereas I am an immortal spirit who changes bodies when they wear out. There's absolutely no similarity.
But that's awful. You steal bodies?
Alas, voluntary donations are hard to come by. If you hear of any, do let me know. I'm on the lookout. But if it reassures your delicate sensibilities, I generally choose dead bodies.
I want to ask you a couple of questions. How are things with Sybil?
What a charming young girl. Her hunger for knowledge reminds me of myself in the distant past, when I was young and still living in my first body. I imagine that if I still felt any physical desires, I would happily give her a good few hours of one-on-one experimental physical training. And it seems to me that she's rather more interested in getting your attention. At any rate, she is by far the most interesting Red Scribe I've met in the past 300 years, though I fear that may not be much of a compliment, given their legendary incompetence.
Do you have any idea about what I am becoming?
In all my long lives, I've never seen your like. Even I have seen real demons, when I lived as a war drum player amongst the dwarves.
Dwarves are just legend. You're yanking my chain.
It would be churlish to mock someone when it is so easy. Thus the dwarves did exist, and I was once one of them. They used to use these little creatures, barely the size of... They were little red creatures with tiny horns and a wicked air about them. You see, they were able to survive in the flames. The dwarves called them. You look a little like one of them, only much bigger. And you have an even more pronounced affinity. I believe this affinity with flames is no coincidence. You are clearly a response. It is entirely possible that you are the fruit of an attempt to rebalance the forces.
What happened to the elf?
I think he was simply lacking in strength. They transformed him into an arch-lich. It's a particularly delicate and extreme. It can only be performed on an elf, and...
How so?
Elves have many flaws, but most of them... If an elf believes he is going to be tortured to make him reveal the secrets of his people, for example, it would seem that this king was desperate to continue living at any price, rather than dying with...
In 6,000 years, have you ever...
Honestly? Well, no. You are, as you might put it, fucked. Or at least the mortals seem to be. But you carry something within you that may modify things somewhat. And it is this seemingly insignificant detail, this flap of a butterfly's wing, which may... This demon, as you call it, has never before walked the earth. Neither he, neither it, nor any other of its kind. Consequently, and in spite of the evident futility of such a sentiment, there may be grounds for you to feel a slight glimmer...
Well, that's... What do you know about the dead?
Apart from the fact that they're an incongruous mass of corpses with appalling bad taste that are animate, I can tell you that the power necessary for their creation, and to keep them working, is far beyond them. And since it's obvious they're incapable of any decision-making or strategy, they are clearly being controlled from it, all of which suggests the Ice Lords who are controlling these things, something I grant you quite difficult to believe when one saw them start out at the same pitiful level of incompetence as their brothers.
Why did you come to Cap?
Why not? There's one thing you should know about eternity. It can be rather... So I do my very best to be in the right place at the right time.
Fun. You think this is fun?
Well, distracting then, if you prefer. What do you expect? I'm just so bored.
I want to... Talk to you later.
Greetings, mercenary.
Can I have a look?
A good day to you.
What can you tell me about...
He is a most unusual being.
Don't you get the impression that he's just...
Even though at first sight, such a long existence sounds impossible, and his appearance speaks for itself.
It's true that he does look...
As far as I understand it, he regularly changes his bodies. What is really fascinating is that he is the kind of undead that was... Remember that his knowledge could very well turn our vision of mortality upside down. And of course he might...
What did I tell you? Once they've recovered from the shock of my somewhat shriveled appearance, everybody thinks I'm
He could really help us out. If we could only be sure he wasn't working for the...
You insult me yet again. Joining forces with a band of apprentice sorcerers with a thirst for power would be unworthy of my condition. And
some basic information that got you into our camp.
Really? What would be in it for me? Not that the company of these...
I can confirm that he hasn't ever been alone. But you look a bit preoccupied with something.
The commander says there's a traitor in the camp, and our new friend is obviously a prime suspect.
Well, I think that the commander is wrong. We've spoken for a long... It's obviously very difficult to detect telepathic communication. But as...
Very well. I'll just have to try. I'll be going now. Do you have a moment? I want to... Let's... Later.
I've taken a tour of the camp and it...
Huh. What do you...
Well, I'd be safer with a few dozen well-placed traps.
You're gonna have to deal with that yourself. I'll be using all the resources. Let's change. I brought you a...
Thank you.
Let's change. I have a few... Let's... I'll leave you here.
They attacked the wrong person. How dare they condemn our... It's time for us to repay the Deadwalkers in kind. We're going to launch a massive assault to take back our city. Vulcan, we will need you. We have to send a small group to open the city gates. I'm counting on you. I know that this is our best chance. Black Frost doesn't seem to be here anymore. But before we launch the assault, I've been told there are prisoners in the city. If we free... We're also going to need to get our equipment in as good shape as possible. Let us hope he'll be able to provide us with everything we need.
Thou knowest that Black Frost's palace will take us to the World Heart. Yet still thou dost waste thy time.
Vulcan, I need your help.
What, sorting books? Observing swamp critter?
That's not fair. I'm not stupid. I understand.
The Freeborn Blades will do just fine, don't you?
Not them, the other
What's wrong?
I'm not sure we can count on them. They've already lost the war. They're only They have to believe they can win. They have to fight. I've tried talking with them, but they treat me like a child.
Me? Most regulars.
They just need to get their spirit back, boost their morale.
Vulcan, come here. I need to talk to you about something. While you were in the city, the Deadwalkers apparently began stirring. They can't just have been ambushed by chance. I'm afraid we have a traitor among us. Though what's really troubling is that these disappearances pretty much even if it's just as possible that it's one of the Red Scribe.
And why can't it be one of your...
Why would he do that? And above all...
Maybe he reacted to the prince's return. He may have expected you to lay down your weapons, and when he saw you again...
Maybe. Regardless, we have to find the spy and silence him.
Of course. Sybil.
Yes?
We need to talk...
What do you want me...
In fact, I'd like to...
What do you want to...
What do you think?
I think he's absolute... I have always loved history and history books. But he actually lived through history. It's just... his knowledge could allow us to better
Do you really think he's a more...
Oh, I'm convinced of it. You only have to look at him. He's so cultured and...
Something to do with our
Yes. He won't talk to me about his romantic experiences. I managed to get a lot of stories about... It's not that I want to pry into his intimate life.
I could always ask. I've been thinking about... I found a building that must be the library you were talking. Shall we go?
It would be my pleasure.
Vulcan,
I have some... I found a way in.
Excellent. This is our chance.
Looking for a glorious last stand, are you? Don't get carried away. It's just it comes out right in the middle of the city in the open. They'll just pick...
I see, but it's still something we...
I don't know who it is yet. I'll be going. Relmar.
Yes?
I have a... I'll leave.
How can I help you?
I'll be... Do you have a moment? I wanted to... Let's... Later. You would know more about the Deadwalkers than us.
Walking around in a dead body doesn't make one an expert on all other... But I have learned to trust my experience. Something that you, despite your youth... Firstly, The traitor must be able to enter. Then, it must be someone who can observe your comings and going. Lastly, it is someone who knows your plans. Someone who knows... That alone excludes a large number, particularly the undead here. In your place, I should go...
Thanks for the tips. Talk to you later.
Greetings, Mercer.
I'll be going now.
Mercenary.
Has anyone gone by here? Any men leaving?
No, apart from you, no one.
Your commander thinks there's someone sneaking.
That's terrible. Who could do something like that? And maybe the sentinels in the North Tower have seen...
I'm leaving.
Well, well.
What the long fade?
You mean apart from the fact that my city no longer exists? Sorry for being in a bad mood. I'm still alive. I should be grateful for that, but...
Looks like you've got lots to do, though. Even if your army doesn't have as many troops as before, they still need equipment.
Of course, and that's what's driving me crazy. I can only sell the weapons the soldiers bring me. And when you think I had the best forge in Vertiel, Thormal Diamond Arms Hammer, can you believe it?
So, what's so special?
It's a priceless relic. Just imagine, the best elfsmith in history. It's a unique object, one
Seeing as how it means so much...
Really? You would be doing me the greatest of favors.
Consider it done.
Well, well.
I have... Let's talk. Show me what...
Alas, not... And even more bullshit. Don't wear yourself out, honey.
You have to listen to me, please. I know you're angry with the elves for not entering the...
With what's left of their army? You gotta be kidding, sweetheart. They got taken out one...
Black Frost is no longer here to support his army. And the elves are no longer... And here's Vulcan. He'll be helping too. I beg you, please.
I gotta give it to you, sugar. You sure know how to use that mouth of yours. But you don't know nothing about war.
What better way to prove my worth than a duel?
I got a guy who should make you happy. If you beat him, I might change my mind. Well, you can really back up your words, mercenary. Who knows? Maybe with guys like you, we can actually win. We're with you, Vulcan. You can count on... Greetings, Vulcan. My men and I are...
Do you have a moment? I wanted to... Let's... Later. Mathra.
My dear...
I want... Talk to you later. An undead? In our camp? Aren't you afraid it'll communicate with its masters?
It's a calculated risk. Your friend Edwin told me that she can interrogate those creatures. So we captured one.
You really can do some pretty...
Listen, Vulcan. We're not going to turn down any information. If we can find out how to haul up... Ready to make it talk?
If our fire breather doesn't need me right away, I can...
Excellent. Let's start.
Listen, maggot head. You're going to tell...
That's not quite how... It can't just answer questions like that. Tell me what you want.
In that case, why not dig everything out, so we don't...
Even for someone as skilled as me, that could take weeks. Its brain, however limited, is like an immense archive that can...
All right. I want to know if that bastard Blackfrost...
Let me concentrate. I see him raising the wave and turning the whole city into ice. This soldier must have been at his feet. Apparently he left right after. He appears...
What were the Black Frost?
You have to understand that this creature's ability to comprehend is limited. From what I can see, he asked to be sent living people. The other living people must still be alive, and of course, that he be informed in the event of...
Does he know we entered the city?
This dead thing doesn't anyway. But that doesn't mean a...
What are those powerful dead you...
I see a flying creature, like the one in the swamp, and others. The image is blurred.
So the army is being commanded by a Tor...
No, I don't think so. They make good spies, but poor
Nothing that looks like that one that attacked the village.
No, but Black Frost will definitely have left someone in... I think that he... Oh no! He saw me!
Huh? Who are you talking?
Well. Probing the spirits of the dead. You can well imagine how this sort of communication goes. So, that's where my dear rebels are.
I must break the link! Right now!
The knight has come to ask help from his friend. While on reconnaissance, he spotted a convoy a group of dead walkers transporting an object. He thinks they should be attacked, and the object taken from them. The broken road will only slow them a little. The knight and his friend must get there as quick.
Okay then. I have to go somewhere with Ranval.
Very well.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
Have you seen any...
Apart from you, no.
Are you sure?
Certain. Now, if you don't...
Wonderful.
That is not the right direction. The convoy must hesitate to see his prey escape. The knight and his companion will not catch them. It is an opportunity. is not the right direction. That is not the right direction. His prey is hunter who hesitates will see his prey is. That is not the right direction. The convoy must who hesitates will see his prey escape. That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will see his prey escape. He must concentrate on his goal. That is not the right direction. That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will see his prey escape. He must concentrate on his goal. That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will see his prey escape. He must concentrate on his goal. That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will not the right direction. He must concentrate on his goal. Will see his prey escape. He must concentrate on his goal. That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will see his prey escape. The convoy must concentrate on his goal now. The knight and his companion.
The mercenary salutes you now. I have... The elves took a hell of a beating, huh?
Defeat is commonplace when tread. The Ice Lords use...
That may be, but they beat us. Doesn't it seem a little...
This whole war is without hope.
Let's change the... I have some questions I'd like to ask you.
I'm listening.
You see any unusual creatures in the Deadwalker rank?
I thought I saw a creature I never saw before.
That must be a tormentor, like the one in the cave. That's not good news. We could spot...
Every time I saw it, it was somewhere high up. Pretty far from the camp, fortunately. It looked like... I'm listening.
Enemy
Apart from the ones you so brilliantly took out. Well, there was a creature that came here. An undead, as far as I could tell. He spoke and didn't... But I still decided to call up reinforcements.
Did you see him leave?
No. Why?
No, but I wanted to make sure that he didn't leave the camp.
I'm listening.
Have you noted...
Apart from you, I also saw the human who goes around with you. And I think I saw one of the mercenaries from your company, too.
Buffalo?
Maybe. He didn't give me his name. He didn't go very...
Right. Well, I'll just have to...
I'm listening.
Thank you for...
If I were you, I wouldn't go near the main gate to the city. There are a...
hopes that his friend does not regret joining him in this assault.
You're right. It was worth it. Especially if we take the time to strip the others before we head back.
I help you with something, mercenary? Apart from you.
Are you sure? Edwin, I need to...
What can I do?
Hey, thanks for your help. Without you, we never would have gotten anything out of it.
You know me, I just...
Hey, I would like... What's the story with this Mathrin?
It's hard to say. He's one of the living dead. Of that I'm completely certain. But you must understand that necromancy, the magic that allows the dead to be reanimated, Mathras functions differently somehow. It is not his body that has been brought back to life.
He says he's 6,000 years old.
It is entirely possible. His spirit is in theory immortal. This magic is far different. Instead of drawing energy from the world heart, he draws energy to...
Could that have anything to do with the Ice Lords or my...
Absolutely not.
I'm going to have...
You offer me what? Sword play, suspicion, and...
Hello! Let me see. Yeah, the Elf Commander told me. They suspect us. Us and the Red Scribes.
Now that would be priceless. If that
Who do you think it could be?
I confess that at first I thought it was your pal who looks like you just...
Mathras?
I agree. I realized that since he's permanently surrounded by the scribes, he'd have a hard job finding the time to betray us.
Do you think it's one of the scribes?
It's possible. After all, it wouldn't be the first time they've shagged us while we had our backs turned. But whoever the mole is has to know their way around and not be scared to go. The most likely, whatever Commander Pointy Ears thinks, is that one of his boys is a turncoat. Go and check with Buffalo. I saw him chasing one a while back.
Considering the size of him, I doubt he... You know, I wanted... The Blades who were in the...
Ah.
What do you...
How can you ask you?
Let's change this... Do you know? Let's change the...
I say if the Commander really wants to attack, we better be quick about it. The only chance is...
I have to go.
I wish I could go out on a recon.
Buffalo.
What do you want?
You were seen leaving the camp.
What business is that of yours?
I'm not accusing you of anything.
I was just out on a little recon. I don't see him.
They told me that you were looking for...
Yes. The soldier who was on watch just over there. He left his post, was trying to follow him, but he lost me. He knows the terrain, but I followed his tracks for a while, but considering the number of deadwalkers in the area, I decided to come...
Where did the tracks lead?
Over toward the river, but don't bother. The guard already came back. He's just over there. You could...
I guess that's what I'll do.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
I was told you left your...
That's... No!
You think I'd tell you? Come on, tell me everything or you're...
All right. I left, but only once. I was following you, but I didn't dare go very far. I couldn't leave my post unguarded, you understand? And then the Deadwalkers didn't seem about to attack. In the end, he went back without a scratch and without saying...
That's funny. Buffalo says you're the traitor.
He's lying. He's the one. I've heard rumors about him. Some people say he's immortal. How else can you explain that he gets out of things every time?
You're talking bullshit. I've known him for years, and believe me, I've seen his blood get spilled more than once.
Reasons? Since when have mercenaries needed any reason? It said the Deadwalkers found you in the middle of a swamp. You don't find that suspicious?
That's a good point. I'll go back. Buffalo, this is kind of awkward.
And when somebody that you hardly know accuses one of your old friends, you just swallow their bull. You disappoint me, kid.
Is that how you defend your...
You have got to be kidding. Do you I told you exactly what I did. But I would lay good money on the fact that your new friend over there doesn't feel quite so confident about his innocence.
You seem to believe what you're saying.
Cretin. The only one betraying the company here is...
I'm sorry, Buffalo. Damn it, I'm too late. The bastard's gone. Buffalo,
What do you want?
You were seen leaving the...
What business is that?
I'm not a...
I was just out on a...
They told me that you...
Yes. The soldier who was on... I thought...
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
That's funny. You lie with every breath you take.
Anyway, we're all going to die, today or tomorrow. What difference does it make?
Yeah, and you'll be one more dead grunt in his arm.
You caught the mole. I hope you don't think it's me anymore.
Hey, Buffalo. I see nobody's...
Not before I've seen you
Have you had time?
Yes, but they didn't say much. I don't think they were just as stupid as we were. They thought they were going to join.
I'm going.
What is it, Bob?
I have... Edwin.
What can I do?
I would like... Thanks.
Vulcan, I hope you've got...
Your traitor won't be a problem anymore. The bad news is you're down another...
I take it you're implying it was one of our own?
The one on guard below our camp. Rest assured, he won't be telling anybody...
I'm sorry for the false accusations made against your...
I have some... I still have a... I'll be going. Relmar.
Yes?
I haven't been able...
If you wouldn't mind...
I'll leave... Mathras,
My dear,
I want to... Why won't you tell...
I wouldn't have thought you'd be interested in the prurient questions of that. It seems to me that my sexuality is my own business, as well as which, I suspect my...
Come on, then.
I have been alive on Vertial a very long time, and before I lost all desire of any kind, I think I probably To recount all my adventures to you in detail would require weeks, apart from which it...
As bad as that?
You doubt my word? Very well. Let me tell you about my 14th wife, the Princess of the Elephant City.
For real? But that's... gross.
And those are some of my cleaner stories. I told you, I've tried everything. Perhaps now you understand.
Exactly. So what...
Whatever you wish. I will confirm whatever story...
Talk to you later. What can you tell me?
He is the most unusual.
He could... some basic... Let's... Do you have a moment? Later.
A good day to you.
Sybil.
Yes?
I spoke with...
And?
Our bony friend likes...
I could feel that behind his proud exterior,
He didn't go into too much detail. He's had many wives, and every time he had to watch them grow old and die.
That's...
It is. That's why it's so hard for him to talk about.
Yes. I feel so stupid.
I'd like to...
What do you want to know?
I need your help.
If you want.
Mercenary.
I'm leaving.
Nothing to report.
We can't take all of them. Let's concentrate on anything to do with necromancy, healing, and of course anything about the World Heart. It'll have to do. Pass me the books you have. I can't carry any more. I need to keep my hands free in case we have to fight.
Sybil, can I talk?
Yes?
I'd like...
What'd you...
Have you learned anything about...
Yes, I found out a few things that might interest you. Certain texts confirm that there is indeed a source of energy that fuels every time a sorcerer casts a spell. The Ice Lords are siphoning this energy in huge quantities. If we can only discover how they're doing it, it may be possible.
That sounds like a really good lead. Anything new?
I think I just discovered...
Tell me.
From what I've read, the World Heart is not in Vertial. Well, not really. And it's impossible to get there without using an...
And can you
No, but the Ice Lords have discovered a way to create passages. And it's by using these passages that the Ice Lords are able to channel the power from the World Heart.
Gods! Vulcan! Is that you? Help us get out of here!
Head to the southeast. You'll find an entry in the support. Take that passage, and then look for an opening in the cliff face.
Got it. There's another camp of prisoners over there in the west. Do you want us to give you a hand?
No. Get out.
See you back at the camp. Good.
Gonna need it.
Please help us!
Go to the support pillar in the southeast of the city. Follow it, and you'll come to a rift. Go in.
Thank you. See you back at...
That's right. could interest him.
Nothing to report.
Relmar, you got it?
Yes?
Here's all that I could find.
Each stone that you can recover is precious. I can't thank you enough for what you've already done.
Let's check. I'll leave you here. Let's check.
I heard you managed to get back my equipment from the...
Yes, I have your hammer. Here.
Thank you! Finally, I can do something useful. At least our soldiers will die with...
You got a weird way of looking at things. Anyway, I've got some supplies I could sell you if you need anything.
Excellent. Don't take this badly, but I have to get to work right away.
Excellent. See you later.